Hey, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. Let's make a cake. Show your family some love by making them a cake. Here, these medium-sized cakes are perfect for giveaways. Everyone loves cake. Well, at least I do. Now, let's get to it. The ingredients. Now wait, stay tuned. There's a technique to putting these ingredients together and you don't want to miss it. Don't worry, it's easy. We'll do it together. You can pause here and get all the ingredients together and then we'll do the steps. Remember, it's got to be at room temperature. Now, first off, we have to toast those pecans, 350 degrees in the oven till toasted. Now we want to chop the pecans vigorously, but be careful because the knife is sharp. Now that we got the pecans chopped, set them aside. We'll use them later. Hey everyone, I got my countertop full because guess what? We're fixing to start cooking. I found these little mini ones and these will be so cute, especially for the holidays. Y'all can make several of them, give them to me as gifts and stuff. And I've already got my roasted pecans chopped up. That roasting will give that pecans a different flavor. They are so good. Okay, let's get started now. Guess what I'm making? Can you guess? Anything? Anything? Okay, I put the ingredients in the video here, but first I gotta start off with this butter. This butter, it is soft and mushy. I gotta start off with butter. Okay, let's get this thing going. Okay, now for this cake, it says to preheat your oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what I'm doing now. I've already pre-prepped all my ingredients and already roasted my pecans. Oven's preheating. All the ingredients is at room temperature before you start. Okay, I've already got my 2 cups of butter in here, and I'm just gonna make sure that's locked in, and then I'm going. Okay, that didn't do. Okay, had a little technical difficulties there, but here we go again. My bowl wasn't locked in. Safety first. Make sure your bowl is locked in. Okay, it's Sunday night. It's already getting dark outside, but anyway. So we beaten this egg nice and fluffy for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium speed. We need to get this nice and fluffy, and then we're going to bring in the sugars over here. Okay, let me put my phone down. I got brown sugar and regular sugar. Now, both the sugars are the same measurement. Each sugar is at, sugar's at 1 cup and 1/4 cup for each one. Now in this recipe it says use a heavy duty standing mixer, so I'm hoping this KitchenAid is a heavy duty standing mixer. So, so good, so far so good though. See, it's getting thicker and creamier. Okay, now we're gonna add in our baking powder and our salt. And that's 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt right here. And I'm using the pink Himalayan salt. Put in our vanilla, and that's 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And I'll list this in the video, the ingredients. Now on our eggs, we're gonna add them one at a time. Back and forth in there. Oh, add that one too. It's okay. It says it add in one at a time and let it mix together well. I'll come back after I add the egg some more. See, I'm still adding eggs. One at a time. And one and done. There we go. Some cakes are picky like this. They want which ingredients at what time. Okay, now on the flour, this flour right here is all-purpose flour, and it is on the all-purpose flour. I have 4 cups of flour. And now don't add all this at one time. I'm only going to put like 3 cups in there at first. We're going to let that get in there. See that? It's getting thicker again. You hear, ooh, the power. Ooh, the flour flowing up in my mouth. Ooh. As I was talking. But anyway, see how it's getting thicker and thicker? That's where you hear that motor going. See, that's where you gotta have a high, heavy-duty mixer. Because it needs a heavy duty for a heavy duty cake. But we're making a pecan pound cake. You know, the fall's coming up. Get together, holidays are coming. You know, this right here is actually a really easy cake to make. I know it takes a few ingredients, but this is homemade from scratch. And with the food shortage out there in the shelves, you know, we're going to have to get where we have to make stuff from scratch like the old days again. So, might as well learn now. I mean, yeah, we're going to let that get in there. Look at that. And actually cooking from scratch isn't that hard. I mean, just the other day, for the first time, I learned how to make homemade noodles for the first time, and they are better than the dried shelf noodles. I'm telling you. Y'all need to try that. Okay. You also need to try this cake mix batter too. So we're letting that mix a little bit. Now I've got 1 cup of milk here, and I'm gonna alternate milk and the flour. I'm gonna put a 1/2 cup in there now. Let that get going there. Just admire the blender and how it makes life easy for you. No more hand mixing like the old days. We got the electric mixer now, technology. Yes. Okay. Now we're letting that beat up a little bit. Sometimes homemade stuff takes a little while to make. I mean, it's easy, but it takes just a little time to make. But you're cooking with love, and your family will sure appreciate that. So we got that going. I'm gonna pour in a little bit more flour. Let that beat up a little bit. Put in some more milk. Still got a little bit more milk left. And get that going. See how nice and thick that is? Well, this is gonna make a big cake. Put in some more flour there. Put the rest of this milk in there. And there's a whole cup of whole milk. Flour. I'm gonna let that be mixing. What I say reserved about 1/4, estimated 1/4 cup of flour in here because I'm adding my roasted pecans to it right now. This is 4 cups of pecans. They were pecan halves, and then, because it's cheaper to buy pecans than pecan halves, not unless you have a pecan tree. But anyway, I don't have a pecan tree. Wish I did. But, 4 cups of pecans, and I just chopped them up. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. That off. And I'm going to stir this up. He's going to coat these pecans with that estimated 1/4 cup of flour that was left over. I'm just going to coat that. See how that looks? Toasted pecans with a bath of all-purpose flour. 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour there. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to lift this up. Straight that. See how thick that is? And look how much cake batter that makes. Now, this is a pound cake, so pecan pound cake. And you could make this in a bundt pan, but like I said, I got some of those small bundt pans over there. I'm gonna cook them in because this will give you like a neat idea for gifting. So you don't have to make. I mean, who's going to eat a whole cake? I mean, not unless you have a big get together, but like if you want to give them a gift, make the smaller ones so that way you have more cake. You know, instead of getting a big giant bundt pancake, make those smaller cakes. They'll love that. Okay, I'm over here in this section now. Now I've got my cake batter. I've got these all. On this recipe it says to shortening, that Crisco shortening. the pans, and then put some flour in it and just shake it, you know, coat the flour all around and shake it, and then dust the flour excess out of it. Right now our step is to just stir in these pecans. I'll add half of it now. And you have to just hand stir these in. You don't need to mix this in. So, see how thick this is? Whew. Thick. 4 cups of toasted pecans. Yes. Woohoo, look at that. Okay. I'll stir this up by hand and be right back because I need both hands. Okay, we got this all stirred up. Pecan pound cake, here we come. Now, if you put it in 1-2 pan, it calls for a 10-inch thick 2 pan. So make sure you check your 2 pans to see if it's 10 inch. Like I said, I'm putting it in 4 of these small 2 pans, and we're gonna see how much it would do them. Okay. Okay, now I've got this in here. I'm trying to shake it to even it out. Don't want to make y'all dizzy though, but Now, these are 4. It looks like it would make 6. 5 or 6 of these. And this is 4, but it looks like, but I don't have another miniature one like that. Not miniature, but, you know, mini bundt pan. Even out that batter. Like I said, we're burning some calories as we are cooking. Just think of this as exercise. Which means, with me doing all this cooking, I'm going to have to go to the gym in the morning. I'm going to put a little bit more here. Yeah. Shake it, shake it, shake it. There we go. Now, okay, I got 4 of these filled, and this is how much I got left in the pan. So that would do a whole one, another whole one, right there. And I'm gonna find another pan to put that in, and be right back. And I'm gonna put these in the oven. Remember, 325 until done. Now, if you use the 10-inch pan, check it in about 55 minutes. I'm gonna check these here in about 20 minutes to check on them, because these are smaller pans, and you know I do that touch bounce test. Okay, be right back. Now look at that. So I got 4 of these to give away to family members, and then I had just a little bit left, so I just made it, cooked it in that for me, and you know, snack, or we call it samples. Anyway, so I'm fixing to make this up. So next we're going to do take these out of the pans and do the frosting, or glaze rather. Let cool on a wire rack or a dish, and let's get the ingredients for the glaze together. You don't want to miss this. Now for the ingredients. Okay, here I have 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I've got, I've already put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in there, and this right here is 2 tablespoons of melted butter with 1 tablespoon of orange juice. And my orange juice was frozen, so that's the reason I had to microwave my orange juice. But we're gonna put that in there. Now, I didn't have any zest of lemon or orange, but it does say that you could put lemon zest and orange zest in the glaze here. But we're just gonna whisk this together, and it's making a really thick frosting. Thick frosting here. There we go, just whisk it around and around until it's sweet, just like you are. There we go. And it's all goody. Just look at that. Thick frosting. Let's do that again. The beautiful glaze of the pecan pound cake. Let's do it again. Look, the beautiful glaze. Yes. Isn't that beautiful? Just the beautiful glaze. Okay. This is a citrus glaze, is what they called it. And now we're just going to spoon it over the cake. Now, let me get a spoon. It says just spoon it over. And I won't get to use one of these spoons. That way that has a little thing. That way when I some spread. I wonder if this would work. That looks so yummy. Okay, now we got 4 of these to go here. So let's get this done. We'll start with this feathers one. Gonna spoon it over there. Let it drip down the sides. Let it drip down the sides there. Don't that look beautiful? Yes, yes. It's turning out beautiful. Of course it is. We knew it was. And so easy to make. And like I said, I didn't have any orange zest or lemon zest with me, so if you add the orange and lemon zest to it when you're making this glaze, it would actually just make it like, you could see the lemon and orange little spots on it. So yes. Oh, I need to put some on this one over here. I forgot about the cake that I had the extra, the battery that I had extra. I need to put some frosting over here. I'm telling you, that frosting is really good. You think it would be super sweet, but actually the lemon cuts some of the sweetness out of it, that citrus taste. So, and the orange, oh, it just gives that orange juice, gives it that extra oomph on it. So it's actually like super yummy. You've got to try this. You really do. And see, this is, I'm giving those other ones away, and this one's gonna be like my treat. Of course, after the jam. Okay, look. You just let it glaze by itself because it has its own nature of falling. The glaze flows like a waterfall down. And when it wants to stop, it will stop. See, gorgeous, just like you. These are so beautiful. Look at those. Take a moment to look, because this is what you can do. You can do it, I know you can. All packed, packaged, homemade with love, and ready to go. Yeah.